So I guess these video logs are like my journal at this point. But yeah, so last night I was driving home. I met up with a friend for dinner, went shopping, and I was driving home. Great evening, everything's fine. I'm on the freeway, and on my windshield, I spot a giant spider. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And he was on the inside of the car. I'm on the freeway, actually about to merge onto another freeway. So there was like that little median, that little V-shaped median that kind of sticks out. I ended up like making an emergency stop in that spot, but I didn't even make it to the spot. I was like halfway in one of the lanes on the freeway and halfway in that median spot, and I just stopped the car. And the spider was like crawling around on the windshield. It was huge, like silver, gray colored. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. It was terrible. Anyway, I was like, what do I do? It's crawling around. So like I tried to capture it with like it was like my sun visor. Yeah, I tried capturing it with my sun visor just to like hold it there until like I could get some help. So I was like parked on the side of the road holding the sun visor, and I didn't have any, like, with both hands. So I didn't have a way to like drive the car, move the car, or dial anybody. So I like voice dialed my friend that I went out with, and I was like, help me, I'm on the side of the road and there's a spider. I'm freaking out. Like, I have an actual spider phobia. So I'm like borderline panic attack, like crying tears, like it's bad, And yeah, so sorry, there's an airplane. So anyway, he thinks I'm joking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have real tears. Come help me, like get over here. So he can't find me. I don't have a way to send my location because I'm like, I have both hands holding like this sun visor up against the windshield. And I've got my hazard lights on, and I got that going for myself. Anyway, it was just like all bad. He couldn't find me, so I'm like, okay, hang up so I can voice dial 911 because I don't know what else to do. And he was like, oh my gosh, don't you dare. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And hung up, and I was like, hey Siri, dial 911, and thank God she was able to do that. And so I called 911. They connected me over to CHP, and then I was actually like in tears at this point. I was just like so traumatized. Like I was just like crying on the phone with like CHP. And it was a woman that answered, and she was like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be safe, just take some deep breaths. She was like trying to calm me down, and I wasn't having it, but it was a nice effort. And anyway, so they sent out like 2 officers, and they took forever. They took so long. I don't know if they could find me either, because I was in a weird spot, like right where there was like 2 freeways merging, and I didn't know how to describe it. I was like, these are the signs that I see right now. I'm really not able to like check my GPS, so find me. And so they finally found me, but by that time my friend had come to rescue me. And so like I got out of the car, like I didn't run through traffic, but I had to like dodge traffic because it was just like logistics. It was crazy. Like he came in on the right side, I had to get out on the left side while we're like holding that sun visor up against the windshield, because oh my gosh, if he got loose, yeah, it was gonna be bad. Anyway, so he was like holding it, and I ran out, not in front of traffic, but like there was traffic, on the freeway. It was so crazy. And anyway, I ran around, and his car was parked behind my car. So anyway, he was able to like scoot the visor all the way over, and then he gets it out and doesn't find the damn spider. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I will sell this car. I I will sell this car tomorrow. Like, what do you mean? I don't see it. I mean, it was dark and we were on the side of the road, so it's possible that it was killed, but it's also possible that it wasn't. So, because it was like a visor, you know, it was like one of those soft ones that you like wrap up. Yeah, I just grabbed whatever I could. Anyway, it was crazy. So, anyway, he has the nerve to put the sun visor on top of my car, and I'm like, oh, are you trying to get me killed? Are you trying to get me killed? Put that on the side, throw that away. So he was like, are you serious? You want me to throw it in the bush? Throw it in the bushes. Trying to get me killed. Like, what are you doing? You know. Anyway, he throws it in the bushes, and we're searching the car on the side of the freeway for the spider. Never found the spider. And I'm like, hell no, there's no way I'm getting back in that car. That thing was huge. so, so he was like, and I was still crying, tears, many, like I have an actual phobia. Like I was traumatized, and still crying, like just, anyway, it was crazy. And so I ended up driving his car, getting into his car, and then he was gonna drive my car home to my house, and then CHP shows up after all that, and I'm like, bruh, I could have been dead and gone by now. Like, that spider could have dragged my body away. You guys just now showing up. Anyway, so yeah, CHP comes. I'm in my friend's car. They put on their giant bright lights, and I'm like, bro, is this necessary? Like, anyway. And he was like, what's going on? So I told him, you know, I was still like kind of teary. And so, you know, he didn't really bother me much. He was just, you know, he heard what was happening, and he was like low-key rolling his eyes, but I'm like, whatever. Like, this is a real situation. And anyway, he was like, okay, well, as long as you got it taken care of and you're good to go, we'll cancel the call. Because I actually called 911 back right before they pulled up. Like, when I got into my friend's car, I called 911 back to cancel it, but they were like just pulling up as I was calling. So yeah, anyway, yeah, so I drove my friend's car to my house and sprayed down my whole car. Like, I was actually like literally ready to sell my car this morning, and my friend is like, you're out of your mind, stop it, you're out of your mind. And because I'm about to move as well, there's a lot, and he was like, just do your move and then sell your car. But then by that time, like, I'm probably not even gonna be thinking about the spider, so whatever. I sprayed the whole car down with bug spray today. Probably like I'm not even gonna say it, but I was gonna say like probably like, no, I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, I sprayed the whole car down today with bug spray, and it was terrible just driving around with like all those fumes. But I had like the windows down all day, ruined my hair. Yeah, but at least I still have my car, didn't sell it yet, and no spider. So I'm hoping he's dead. I'm hoping he's in that visor on the side of the road and we just didn't find him. But yeah, that was my adventure last night. Insane. Absolutely insane. Like, this is my life. Like, my whole life is like this. Like, every day. It's like a movie. It's crazy. Very entertaining.